Fertility Day. Indie Fringe Diva Fest and Clerical-Error-Productions welcome you to Whose Mind in the Snap. And it's a lovely Easter tradition. The Irish were big on Easter tradition, you know. There was such a thing as rolling the hard-boiled egg down the nearest hill. It's a lot of fun. And the cake dance. Very tricky, considering another Irish tradition, which was the whiskey. So, without further ado, please enjoy Whose Mind on the Snapper.
Mind on my snapper, snapper on my snapper. Got the snapper on my mind, that's why I'm rapping these lines. I walk through the valley of the shadow of death next, and all I hear is Nate, make those checks. I gotta put my boy in some J's that's fresh before he takes his first baby steps. Yes. Inhale greatness when he takes each breath, and have the best till he faces death. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, mic check, check. I'm about to abuse this game, yep, yep. I can't wait for them to hear my rhyme, and when I finally make it out of violin, I get these Irish eyelids to flip and twitch when I spit. It's like 6 sips of whiskey on their lips that I drip. Lightning quick, I'm trying to get rich, but I can't find my kid as I write this. This riding inside of my chick that I miss. Man, I'm like, where's my lady? 'Cause she gon' have my baby. I'm like, where's my lady? 'Cause she gon' have my like, where's my lady? 'Cause she gon' have my baby. Like, where's my lady? 'Cause she gon' have my baby. Mind on my snapper with my snapper on my mind. Got my mind on my snapper with my snapper on my mind. Got my mind on my snapper with my snapper on my mind. That's why I'm rapping these lines. I got my mind on my snapper, snapper on my mind. Got my mind on my snapper, snapper on my mind on my snapper with the snapper on my mind. And that's why I'm rapping all of these lines. Tell these other rappers they ain't comparing to this. The burnt, overcooked, I'm as rare as it gets. They say you wanna rap, you gotta be cocky. Have the swag, man, you can't stop me. La-di-da-di, everybody sloppy, honestly, because they're not me. I'm slick as snot at this hip-hop thing. I'll be at the top, you'll see. You got me, copy. I'm like, where's my lady? 'Cause she gon' have my baby. I'm about to go crazy, 'cause she gon' have my baby. I'm like, where's my lady? 'Cause she gon' have my baby. I'm like, where's my lady? 'Cause we gon' have a baby. Mind on my snapper, snapper on my mind. Got my mind on my snapper, got my snapper on my mind. Got my mind on my snapper with my snapper on my mind. So that's why I'm writing these rhymes. I got my mind on my snapper with my snapper on my mind. Got my with my snapper on my mind, got my mind on my snapper on my mind. And that's why I'm rapping these rhymes. I can read your mind, just 'cause I can rap and shred beats. That means that I'm a deadbeat dad. In that case, I'll be back to taking things that bling. And I don't think I need to be strapped with 3 cats that me and each of my G's have. Just kidding, that's image driven on mainstream tracks. That isn't me or every rapper, so tranquilo, relax. But I am about to rip these cats, kill it so I can feed my wee snap. Annie and me can be king and queen, hat be that we have everything we need from me. Spitting these raps, it's my passion. And I just hope if she's in labor, someone is there to save her. Please. How did all of this happen? I'm just in the streets where there's more sheep than people. Niggas keep laughing, man, I'm asking. Hey, yo, where's my lady? I heard she just had my baby. Do you know? Hey, yo, where's my lady? I heard she had her baby. Hey, yo, where's my lady? Where is she? Am about to go crazy. Where is I heard that my lady, she and I have the baby. Got my mind on my snapper with my snapper on my mind. What? Mind on the snapper. What? Snapper on the mind. Got the mind on the snapper with the snapper on my mind. And that's why I'm rapping these rhymes. I got my mind on my snapper. Snapper, got my mind on my snapper. Snapper on my mind. Snapper on my mind. And that's why I'm rapping these lines. Snap in these lines. Annie! I can't find her, so I might explode when I start to rhyme and flow. Perpendicular rhyming. Not my island. Nothing shining, all of these rocks and not one diamond. Maybe an island my mind's in. Need to get out of this place and back to the States so I can thank
Indie Fringe, the Indiana Writers Center, and all our friends. Thank you for coming.
perpendicular. I stuck a purple. Oh yeah. Who's minding the snapper? Annie! Annie!
Oh, Mrs. O'Boyle! Have you heard about the latest about Mrs. Kearney?
No, do tell me.
Oh, well, they say the poor dear thing caught a chest ailment yesterday, and she left us for her eternal reward. God rest her soul.
Oh, she didn't. What caused her to take ill?
Well, they say it was the dam. The poor dear thing hadn't been completely dried out in over 3 weeks.
Ah, yes, the dam. Takes so many here. We call it death by Ireland.
Well, I'm surprised that you didn't know about it, you being the parish's priest housekeeper and all.
Yes, well.
I would have thought that Father Ned Tully would have flown to that woman's side and asked you to make the poor dear her last cup of tea. That, or send Father McDermott, or even Father Flanagan over there.
Yes, well.
Well, by my stars, Father Pat Curran would have been that woman's ministering angel had she but lived in his parish.
Yes, well.
Oh, Mrs. O'Boyle, I can't tell you what an honor it is to work for the man and manage his parochial house. Ah, but what can we do? We being mortal and only women.
Yes, well.
What can we do but sit by our fire, sip our tea, and serve the men who serve the Lord?
Yes, well.
Ah, this is a fine cup of tea, Mrs. O'Boyle.
Why, thank you, Mrs.
I'm surprised you can get anything this fine here on Perpendicular Island.
Yes, well. the
Now
shops
on
free.
Precipitous Island, of course, we have only the finest teas in the shops.
Yes, well, the shops.
Father
here.
Curran wouldn't have anything less, and certainly the man deserves it.
Yes, well.
Oh, I see his Father Ned Tully has his latest issue of the Priestly Press, I see.
It arrived in yesterday's post. I don't know that he's had time to read it.
Well, look here. Father Pat Curran is in the Notables column again. It's his 3rd time. Oh, he blessed a flock of geese and they all laid eggs with double yolks. Ah, it was a miracle. Last time, he baptized 2 sets of quintuplets in under 10 minutes, and the time before that, he delivered a homily so inspiring, a deaf man grew a new tooth. Oh, has Father Ned Tully ever been featured in the Notables column of the Priestly Press?
No.
What was that, dear? I don't believe I heard you.
No.
I'm an old woman, and I'm a trifle deaf in this here love. Now, I ask you, has Father Tully ever been featured in the Notables column of the Priestly Press?
No! No. Father Tully has never been featured in the Notables column of the Priestly Press.
I thought not. Oh, Mrs. O'Boyle, I can't tell you what an honor it is to work for the man. Well, he's a giant of a man. He can thatch a roof without using a ladder. You'd never believe all the things that that man has accomplished.
Oh, I'm at the edge of my seat. That's better.
For starters, Father Curran is fearsome at hurling. His hurley stick is 5 meters long. Just last week I was at a hurling match, and a wild bull from a neighboring pasture crashed through the fence and onto the field. Father Pat Curran knelt down, he picked up a stone, and with his hurling stick he knocked that stone down the beast's throat. He saved 2 children in wheelchairs and 3 elderly seeing as Father Pat Corrin was a man of God, he came right up to him, and Father Pat Corrin blessed the ball, and that ball caught that stone right at Father Corrin's feet. I wouldn't be at all surprised if that stone was blessed and made a site of holy pilgrimage.
Yes, well, Father Tully. Father Tully.
Hello, ladies. God, it's that awful Mrs. McShane. Honestly, Dermot, I don't know who's worse. Her, or that hypocritical, puffed-up agent she works for.
And would that be Ned?
Father Pat Corrin. She's been his housekeeper for donkey's years. Having a little gabfest, are we? Shooting the breeze? Keeping the parish gossip clean and above board. You know, ladies, our Lord tells us in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 9, verse 8, the tongue is a deadly arrow. With his mouth he speaks peace to his neighbor, but inwardly he lays ambush for him. And then again in Proverbs, our Lord...
Well, thank you for the sermonizing, Father, but I've got to be off to catch the ferry back to Precipitous Island. Father Corrin will be wanting his tea. And a very special tea it is, too. Only the best for Father Corrin.
Well, Father Corrin is a paragon of a priest and a feckin' gobshite of a human being.
I noticed, Father Tully, that Father Pat Corrin has been featured in the notables column of the priestly press again. It's his third time, yes. Have you ever been featured in the notables column of the priestly press?
No.
What was that, dear? I don't believe I heard you.
No.
I'm an old woman, and I'm a trifle deaf in this here, love. I asked you, have you ever been featured in the notables column of the priestly press?
Well, look at the time. Wouldn't want you to miss your ferry. Dermot, will you show Mrs. McShane the door?
It's right over there.
How about some tea, Mrs. O'Boyle?
Oh, God be with you, Mrs. O'Boyle. And don't forget, I'll send the herbalist around next week to talk about that women's trouble that we discussed.
Oh, Lord.
Well, that nasty bit of business is dispatched. I'm surprised Father Finn maintained his patience during all that prattle. You're a patient man, Father Finn. What? I said you're a patient man to listen to the ladies' idle talk. What? I said you're a patient man to listen.
Wait.
Earplugs. Fair play to you, Father. That's one way to silence a gossiping tongue. Now, Dermot, let me tell you what I heard in confession today.
Somebody broke into the bank vault and made away with millions of pounds stuffed into sausage casings. Somebody hijacked a plane and pushed the pilot out of Galway Bay, and the pilot was rescued by dolphins.
Dermot, where are you?
Oh, I know, Ned. I know. Your man breaks into the Dublin Zoo because he wants to pet a cheetah. But the cheetah's a bit frisky and resisting the collar, and he starts shredding the man's clothes, and the man takes off running, bullets naked down North Street.
Dermot, where are you coming up? Have you been watching Ireland's Most Wanted on the television?
I have, Ned, yeah. It's brilliant. These fellas come up with the most amazing stunts you'd never believe. But you know, I've seen every episode, and I'm still waiting to see them choose a winner and award the prize.
Now, Dermot, you do realize that Ireland's Most Wanted is a true crime show and not a competition. And that these fellas aren't contestants competing for prizes. They're criminals breaking the law. They're not wanted in an audience poll. They're wanted by the police.
Ah, come on, Ned. Ireland's Most Wanted.
softer than what you watch on television. I hardly think that shows like Ireland's Most Wanted are good for your state of mind.
Giddy up, Kitty! Oh. Right you are, Ned.
You know, you could try to improve your mind by reading.
Oh, brilliant. I'll just dip back into my favorite book. Here we are, then. The most beloved quotations of Sean Connery. Ned, you'll love this one.
Tea at last.
Tea.
Was a letter arrived for you in today's post, Father?
Why, this is wonderful news.
You're engaged. Mazel tov.
No, Dermot. I've been nominated for an award.
Oh.
And not before time, too. What's the award, Father?
The Archdiocese Outlying Very Remote Rural Parish Priest of the Year. And there's only one other priest in the competition.
But could it be, Ned, that there are only 2 outlying, very remote rural parish priests in the Archdiocese?
Well, Dermot, you and I are already 2.
So I'm up for an award. Oh, that's brilliant.
And Father Finn makes 3.
Oh, well, you might have a tough go of it then, Ned. Father Finn is some fierce competition.
No offense to you, Father Dermot. Father, but none's the better than Father Tully here. Who's the other priest in the competition?
Father Pat Curran. We've come up with some good ideas, but I don't think we have enough to put me over the top in the outlying, very remote rural parish priest of the year competition against Father Pat Curran. Can you read my list of accomplishments back to me, Dermot? Dermot? Dermot?
Oh, right,
There was the time I put the coin box in the confessional and charged the penitent 20 pence per sin. The old pay as you pray. Write that down, Dermot. Use the sharp end of the pencil. Mrs. O'Boyle. Mrs. O'Boyle. Oh, where is the woman? Mrs. O'Boyle.
Oh, what is it, Father?
Where have you been?
Well, the toilet's after backing up and I was digging out the septic. Lord only knows what Father Finn ate. I tell you, Father, the smell.
There's someone at the door. Now, Dermot, where were we?
There's someone needs assistance.
Oh, gosh, could you please give me a little help? I'm lost. I haven't had a bite to eat all day.
well, if you haven't been eaten, then why are you hugely fat?
She's not fat. She's expecting.
Oh, expecting what, Ned?
She's in the family way.
Well, she hasn't got any family with her. She said she was alone.
It's a baby.
Oh, a baby. Where is it?
Inside her.
Oh.
Oh dear, you must come in and sit down.
Oh, thank you. You know, the people in the village told me if anyone could help me, Father Tully could. He's such a kind and compassionate man, they said.
Well, one wants to remain modest, but I do try to think of myself as the church's compassionate representative on earth.
What's your name, dear?
It's Annie.
Of course,
Where's your husband, Annie? The father of the little snapper?
Oh, I don't have a husband.
Oh.
But the baby's father's name is Nate. We're from America. He's a rapper.
I believe Shakespeare put it best. The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven.
So, the Snapper's daddy is a rapper, you say? That's just brilliant. Does he know Snoopy Dog? Or Flavor? Or JJ Cool J?
No, I don't think so.
The inspirational words of Mother Teresa. I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone and create many ripples.
And the rapper, the father of your snapper, he is aware of your condition?
Oh, yes, of course.
Why, the dirty fecker!
Oh! No. I know he loves me. He does, and he
And
I
in the
just-
words of Voltaire, it is better to risk pardoning a guilty person than to condemn an innocent one.
Does he wear gold chains? Oh, and a big clock around his neck. Does he have gold teeth?
In the words of the great American Abraham Lincoln, I have always found that mercy yields richer fruits than strict justice.
Will you just sit there and rest, and we'll get you some food and tea and suitable lodging. Oh dear, men are scum, I tell you. Scum!
No,
I'll take a sandwich, please, Mrs. O'Boyle.
St. Thomas Aquinas tells us, charity brings it to life for those who are spiritually dead.
Oh, there's a loose wheel on that chair. You need to mind how you settle yourself in it.
But I believe St. Paul put it best. Yea, though I speak with the tongues of men and angels and have not charity, I am a sounding brass and a tinkling cymbal.
Oh!
Well, what is it?
It's time.
Oh, time for what?
The baby's coming.
Oh.
The baby's coming outside of her from inside of her.
Oh, Lord.
Ah, the miracle of life, all part of God's divine plan. You know, Dermot, it really does make me stop and think
About what, Ned?
about how flip and grateful I am I'll never have kids of my own.
But he's a fine one, isn't he, Ned? This little snapper.
He is a fine little snapper. The rapper snapper.
Oh,
He's just great.
he is, Ned, yeah. And who would have thought that a baby would be so small?
We all started life that way, I suppose. All tucked up warm and safe inside our mothers. Hello, little one.
What do you think's the matter with him then, Ned?
Maybe he doesn't know who I am. Hello, I'm Father Ned Jordan.
Doesn't seem to be working, Ned. Maybe he doesn't know where he is. He probably can't see much over the side of that basket.
You're in the perpendicular island parochial house.
Oh, I know. He's probably upset over the Galway-Limerick playoffs. Don't you worry, little man. Galway has a new goalkeeper this year, and they'll be back at the top of the league next season.
Well, now, I must admit, this is getting annoying. We could use Father Finn's earplugs about now.
What?
I said we could use your earplugs about now, Father Finn.
What?
I said we could use your earplugs about now, Father Finn.
What? Wait, what's that noise?
It's the snapper, Father Finn.
Fish? Crying fish?
No, Father, it's the wee one.
Wait. Did I wait?
It's the little fella in the basket there. Dermot. Father Finn does see hairless, toothless demons all the time. Not much of a leap for him, actually.
Baby's still crying, Ned.
No, Dermot. Honestly, where's his mother?
Who?
Annie, the girl in trouble? The young woman who delivered this miracle of life into Mrs. O'Boyle's waiting arms, whilst I was outside smoking and you were inside fainting.
Fair point, Ned. I did miss most of the action. Now, who are we talking about again?
Annie, the baby's mother. Where's Annie?
Oh, right! The lass was taken up with the rapper. Oh, yeah, I saw her getting into a car with some fella earlier. What? Do you think it could have been him, Ned? I wasn't close enough to look for gold teeth.
Annie's gone? Mrs. O'Boyle!
Well, I'm glad I caught you before I left.
You're leaving?
Oh, you never believe what a day it's been, Father. First you learn about your reward, then Annie shows up and leaves again, and then the snapper is here, and then, oh, you'll never feature it. I got a call a little while ago saying I won a radio raffle show, and the prize is an all-week expense vacation paid for in Liverpool. I got to get my bus. Funny, I don't remember calling into a radio raffle show.
Well, fair play to you, Mrs. O'Boyle.
No, you can't go. Annie's slepless and Dermot and I wouldn't have any idea what to do with the baby.
Not to worry, Father. I bought diapers and formula and nappies and bottles, and they're all in the kitchen. As to the rest, I made a list of directions. But all is taken care of. I asked Officer Kelly to put out a search for Annie. Poor thing must be so lost and confused. And I even alerted Mrs. McShane to the situation here. She said to call her at the Precipitous Island Rokio House. She'll be on the next ferry to be of assistance. Oh, I've got to get to my bus. God be with you, fathers.
Oh, I'll get him, Ned, I'll get him. I think I might have seen the word nappies on here somewhere.
Hello, Precipitous Island Parochial House. This is Father Ned Tully calling. Oh, hello, Father Curran. Can you put Mrs. McShane on the line? Oh, bollocks.
He missed a golden opportunity there, Ned. Why, you taught me everything I know.
Yes, that took all of 10 seconds. Check the list one more time, Dermot.
There's nothing like a challenge to bring out the best in a man.
Dermot, what did you just do?
Sean Connery, Ned. Well, I've been memorizing the most beloved quotations of Sean Connery and working on my Sean Connery impression.
Try another one, quick. Maybe he'll go to sleep.
Ask me when I sleep, Ned.
What? Right. When do you sleep, darling?
No, I'm 007.
And when do you sleep? 007.
Never on the firm's time, sir.
Dermot, that's brilliant. I think you're onto something. Mrs. O. Oh, right.
Here I am, fathers, here I am. Oh, and not a moment before time it would seem. Oh, it was so good of Father Curran to spare me. I tell you, the man is a saint, allowing me to come here and care for a wee snapper born unto the sacrament of wedlock. Where is the wee one? I'm sure he's just pining for a woman's touch. Until more suitable arrangements can be made, of course. Hello there, boyo.
Dermot, if you would, please.
Now hear this, Goldfinger. Your luck's just changed.
Things are well in hand at the moment, Mrs. McShane, but perhaps you could make us some tea.
I thought for sure we'd be able to find them doing some sort of harm to the wee child, those two Egypts, and send Father Ned Tullen packing once and for all. But it seems as though they're making a go of it. Here they come. I'll call you back later.
Oh, that snapper's a cute little fella, isn't he?
He is, Ned, yeah. And a big fan of Sean Connery.
Poor little choppy was scared witless when Father Finn let go of that great belch. But you calmed him right back down and got him to sleep.
I did, Ned, yeah. Laughter kills fear. And without fear, there can be no faith. But without fear of the devil, there is no need for God.
No need for God.
Whoop, whoop.
Hilarious. Is that a baby bottle you've got there, Father Finn? Surely you're not drinking baby formula.
What's scared?
Oh, I don't think so, Father Finn. We prepared those bottles for the little snapper.
Oh, no, Ned, he's right. Mrs. O'Boyle left so many bottles, we never used them all for the baby. So, I used the extras for other things. It's called multi-purposing. Mrs. O'Boyle read me an article about it in one of her ladies' magazines.
What other purposes, Dermot?
Well, let's see. I put milk for the snapper in one, and I put whiskey for Father Finn in another. Seeing as he hasn't got many teeth left, and I thought a baby's bottle might be easier for him. And, I put holy water in a third one. You know, for quicker christenings and such. You just squeeze out a few drops and, hey, presto, baptized.
Dermot, that could become very confusing. I hope you labeled the bottles appropriately.
Ah, no need, Ned. It's very clear. The baby's formula is much thicker.
Much like yourself?
Hey, no, what's that, Ned? What, are you saying I'm not clever enough to care for the snapper? Oh, what? I'm not suitably organized enough to care for the snapper? Oh, I'm not clever enough or suitably organized enough to care for the snapper. Is that what you're saying, Ned?
No, Dermot, I'm not saying that.
Oh, well, all right then.
Of course, I'm not saying that.
Fair point, Ned. Anyway, to be double safe, I put them on the shelf in alphabetical order. H for holy water, M for milk, and W for whiskey. Or was it W for water? Oh no.
Milk.
Finn's taking the milk. Oh, hell's bells, Finn's taking the milk. Does this mean you gave the baby whiskey?
Oh, not to worry, Ned. I put the other 2 bottles in my pockets. Baby's not been fed yet. Try this one, Father Finn.
Ah! It burns! It burns!
That would be the holy water. You see, Dermot, Father Finn has, well, a bit of an allergic reaction to holy water. That's why you see him give the old baptismal font a good miss on the odd day that he comes to Mass. That, of course, and his intense distrust of children, being hairless, toothless demons and all that.
Try this one, Father Finn.
Water of life! And we found the whiskey.
Little fella's up. I'll just go and give him this then. Hello.
Oh, hello, Mrs. McShane. Dermot, you might want to sterilize that first. Mrs. McShane, would you give this a good wash? Fix a clean bottle for the baby and some tea for us hard-working men.
Yes, Father.
Honestly, that woman hasn't done a spot of work since she's been here. I don't know why we even house here. We've done admirably. Perhaps it's time to let Mrs. O'Boyle go. And that McShane woman, always hanging about and snooping. I don't trust anyone who's thrown in with Gordon. I think it's time we saw the back of her.
Oh, you know, Ned, I've really taken a shine to the snapper. I think he and I could be good mates. Oh, maybe we could keep him. Oh, he and I could watch Ireland's Most Wanted together.
Ah, there you are, Mrs. McShane. Now, Dermot, a baby's not a puppy after all. And, you know, I think he might be a little too young for Ireland's Most Wanted. We wouldn't want to give him nightmares after all. Or you any more nightmares, for that matter. Waking up to find you in bed next to me, trembling like a wet cat, not an experience I care to repeat. Come to think of it, were you actually wet?
I might have been a bit, Ned, but to be fair, it was the episode where your man breaks into a convent and you know I'm fearsome scared of nuns.
So, fathers, how are you getting on with the wee snapper? Any problems? Anything you'd like me to check on? Anything you'd like me to help with?
The baby is sleeping, Mrs. McShane. Father McDermott seems to have found the magic formula
Oh!
with his Sean Connery impersonations.
I take the good with the bad. I can't love people in slices.
But perhaps you could get the door.
Oh, Father, it's the two of them what committed the sin of relations before marriage.
Nate and Annie, brilliant. She's tracked him down and convinced him to do right by her. Show our guests in, Mrs. McShane, and we'll send the little fella home with his mommy and daddy.
Oh, but Father, surely there must be consequences. They have broken the laws of God's holy church. We should send that girl off to the Sisters of St. Mercy. That and send that man, that rapper, back to the States after confession and a good stiff penance.
Is it true, Ned? Are Nate and Annie sinners?
Indeed they are. And that child, a disgrace to this parochial
The
who's...
snapper a disgrace? But why? I mean, sure, Ned, she did give you a good squirt in the eye while you were changing his nappy earlier, but still.
Father McDermott, I'm surprised at you. You should know the laws of God's holy church.
Show our guests in, Mrs. McShane. I'll tend to this. You see, Dermot, what Nate and Annie did was technically a sin by having the baby outside the sacrament of marriage.
Ah, but Ned, she didn't have the baby outside. She had it in here in the parochial house.
How to put this? They made the baby before they were married.
Oh, and how did they do that?
Well, Dermot, we've talked about the birds and the bees before.
But Ned, Annie's a girl and Nate's a rapper.
Well, when a girl and a rapper love each other.
Oh, the snapper's a bastard!
God! And this must be Nate. Yes, well, I imagine that. Yes, I imagine that you'll want to be taking the little fella home with you now.
Please.
Dermot, if you would go get the snapper, on second thought, perhaps I should be the one to carry the lad, and you get the nappies and formula.
Right you are, Ned.
Oh, but Father, let's not be too hasty. I mean, after all, she did abandon the poor wee child after he abandoned her. How do we know they're going to be good parents?
Have no fear, Mrs. McShane. I'll have a heart-to-heart with them. I'm sure they just come to their senses. We must be charitable toward people, shouldn't we? Give them a second chance. Nasty old cow on her chin.
Now, I believe it is my Christian duty to tell the two of you that the care that the fathers have been giving to your child has been, well, odd to say the least. I think that they may have exposed him to influences that are inappropriate for his tender youth. You just watch the way that he behaves, and if you should care to bring charges against the two fathers... Mrs. McShane, dear.
Oh, but where's Mrs. O'Boyle? She was so kind to me.
She's Scarper. I'm the one who's been here taking care of the wee snapper. And as I said, if you'd like to bring any legal action against the fathers, I'd love to be a character witness.
McShane, no. Father Tully was kind to me and gave me shelter when I was lost and alone. You know, Nate and I were in the village shopping for the baby when we got separated. And, you know, our mobile phones don't work here. His car broke down, so... in my condition, the people in the village just told me to go to the parochial house until Nate could be located. But, and I went into labor, and Father Tully let me stay here. And then Officer Kelly brought Nate to see me. And then, you know, we decided to go look at a house we've been thinking of renting, and I didn't want to wake the baby, so I left him in his basket. But, didn't you all get my note?
Oh, right! The note!
But then our car broke down again, and that's why we've been gone. The bishop gave us a ride on our way back, and we told him how much we've appreciated Father Tully's charity, and that we'd like him to both marry us and to christen the baby.
The bishop, you say? 2 sacraments at once! That ought to get me into the notables column of the priestly press. And if I'm lucky, outlying the very remote rural parish priest of the year. Take that, Father Pat! Corin, what an honor I'd be to them.
Here, here. To that dog, I'll gleefully cheer. You seen this McPayne? Wait, did I mispronounce your name?
Oh.
Anyway, Father Ned isn't to blame. Father Ned has been so great. And like Annie said, I was stranded the whole day, thinking in my head, Annie, are you okay?
Are you okay, Annie?
I was hamstrung by no reception on my Samsung, abandoned, re-abandoned by my car that can't run. And Bishop Brandon says he wasn't a fan of these priests because they're a horrible tandem. I said, wait, Pete, give them a shot like a handgun. They delivered my baby, so for them I have man love. He said, okay, well, I looked at you and Annie like family. And the snapper just like a grandson.
Well, we better get going. We did decide to rent that house. There's a charming room that will make a lovely nursery. And we'll ring you later to schedule the wedding and the christening.
Have you thought about what you'll be naming the lad? After someone significant?
It's okay.
My first big break came at the age of 5. For you see, at 5 years old, I first learned to read. It's that simple and that profound.
He stopped around.
That is amazing, Father.
Father Dermot McDermott. The little fella loves Sean Connery, you see. I slipped a copy of the most beloved quotations of Sean Connery in with his nappies. I'm sure you can manage it easy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You can let go.
Yeah.
You can let go. Thank you. Dermot. It's a nice name.
Things are taking a wrong turn. The man may become a hero yet. You get here as soon as you can.
Fathers, I just saw Nate and Nanny coming up the path. They're getting married and keeping the baby up. Such a blessing. Oh, Mrs. McShane, how are things going here?
Yes, Mrs. O'Boyle, we know all about it. Your services are no longer required. You may catch the ferry back to Precipitous Island, and I'm sure Father Curran will be glad to have you back, and I will be glad to be rid of you. And some tea, if you don't mind, Mrs. O'Boyle. I'm near perished after caring for the child.
And what happened to you, Mrs. O'Boyle? You look like the dog's breakfast.
Oh, you'll never believe it, Father. The trip to Liverpool was a ruse. The ticket only took me as far as Mullingar, and I had to get a ride back in a farmer's wagon.
Well, that does seem rather simple-minded of you, dear. And I must say you are looking rather the worse for wear.
A sad story indeed. Now, if you'll just be on your way. And some tea, if you don't mind, Mrs. O'Boyle.
Here we are then, Mrs. O'Boyle. Let's just get some of that straw for ya.
Dermot, I hardly think that's...
Oh, no!
Look at the lot of you. Standing around with your gobs open. All because of a wig. You'd have been no good in the rebellion. No good at all. Up the Republic.
Wait. You explain yourself, sir. You owe us an explanation.
I don't owe you nothing. You wanted me on that ferry, and I'm going back to Precipitous Island.
No, I insist that you tell us who you are and how you came into this parochial house.
And why you pretended to be my friend? I told you things in confidence. Woman things.
Nay!
Not now, Dermot. We've got to get to the bottom of this.
But Ned!
Now, Dermot, Mrs. O'Boyle, call Officer Kelly and have this man searched. God only knows what he might have stolen.
But I know him, Ned! Well, I know who he is. I've seen him on Ireland's Most Wanted. This here is your man, Shameful McShane. He's been known for worrying sheep over in County Mayo. But he hasn't been on the show in years. Wow, a real celebrity.
Is this true?
Yes, I'm the man himself.
Oh, but what are you doing here and dressed like this? Does Father Pat Court know your true identity?
Well, of course he knows. He caught me breaking into the parochial house looking for silver to steal, and he made me a deal. If I agreed to go undercover as his housekeeper, he wouldn't call the authorities. I've been in this ridiculous outfit for going on 5 years, and around so many sheep just out of reach.
But why?
Well, to get the dirt on you, you thick priest. He's been after you for years. He wants you kicked off the archdiocese. That way, his parish can expand, and he'll be the only very remote rural priest on the island. I've been cozying up to this mad coup for years now, trying to find something as I can report to Father Curran so's he can tell the bishop, but either she's too besotted with you to see your faults or you're just too stupid to have any. Once Father Curran found out that you two were put in charge of a snapper, he devised a scheme to get Mrs. O'Boyle out of the way, and then finally sent me here to roust you out.
Well, those days are very much over. Mrs. O'Boyle, call Officer Kelly will have the situation fully sorted.
Right you are, Father.
Oh, no, you don't. I'm leaving, and there's nothing that you can do to stop me.
Oh, but wait! Can I have your autograph?
No, I've got a gun, and I'll shoot the lot of you.
You dirty, dirty finger! I told you things in government! You dirty finger! I'll show you a thing or two!
Oh, I can't believe it, Ned. I just can't believe it. Who would have thought that I'd be named outlying very remote rural parish priest for apprehending shameful McShane? I guess it's a good thing that I watched Ireland's Most Wanted, isn't it, Ned? What's that, Ned? I said, wasn't it a good thing that I watched Ireland's Most Wanted and recognized shameful McShane?
Yes, Dermot. Congratulations.
And it turned out he really was a criminal. Did you know that, Ned? That's brilliant, just brilliant. And Mrs. O'Boyle getting a lovely flower for sitting on McShane and holding him down till the police came. And then for helping Officer Kelly handcuff him and haul him out to the police car. Fair play to you, Mrs. O'Boyle.
Why, thank you, Father. It did feel good. I dare say his spleen will never feel good again.
Oh!
Yes. Well done, all. Could we have some tea, Mrs. O'Boyle? To celebrate. Of course, to celebrate.
Of course, Father. And I know you'll want to be celebrating Father Pat Curran being sent packing from the Archdiocese. Where is he now?
He was sent to Australia. Apparently there's an overabundance of sheep warriors there. And he's been placed in charge of their rehabilitation. Although jail would have suited him better.
Ned, I've been meaning to ask, what exactly is sheep worrying?
Well, Dermot, when a boy sheep and a girl sheep love each other, no. When a man sees a sheep and knows she's a very special sheep.
Like Nate and Annie, Ned.
Yes. No.
Is this kind of like the birds and the bees then, Ned?
A bit, yeah.
It's all mad, Ned. Birds and bees and Nate and Annie and McShane and the sheep all buzzing and bleating together. Huh.
Jail's too good for Father Pat Curran. At least he didn't win very remote outlying rural parish priest of the year. Maybe next year Nate and Annie could put in a good word for these, Father. But where are they now?
Have we heard anything since they left with the snapper?
Not a word. You'd think they'd be more grateful.
Letter for ya.
Why, it's postmarked from America. How exciting. Dear Father Tully and Father McDermott, we hope you are well. Nate got a recording contract in Los Angeles, and we went to America with Little Dermot.
Oh my God. Oh, they named the snapper after me. Oh, that's just brilliant.
We went to America with Little Dermot and have become Buddhists. Return to Ireland, all the best, Nate and
Love may not make the world go round, but it does make the ride worthwhile.
For ripping and smashing it, this vindictive activist pen is a magic stick. It's simply immaculate from Indianapolis. Hi, I'm Nate B. The rapper and the snapper. And I'm gonna drop some free poems to put names with faces so you know it's like, man, I'm trying to take a load off Annie for free. So she can be focused on acting motherly devoted. So make some noise for my fake baby mama, Case Jacoby. Yes. Father Finn doesn't like holy water or care much for dairy and thinks that babies should take naps in cemeteries. But he isn't scary, exactly. He isn't scary though. Off stage, turns into a magical fairy named Tracy Herring. Did you know Miss O'Boyle can be a man with a penis? Especially when played by a manly diva like this one. Give a hand to Manny Casillas. On the creek trying to take a peek. A freak that gets geeked when he sees a sheep. To Ned, he's the maid for Satan. But really the whole time it's just Anthony Logan Nathan. It's Ned's sidekick that Ned says is kind of thick. But when my snapper cries, he gets to snap her quick. It's Indianapolis, fantastic actress, always been dealing with diapers. Dermot 0007, Kirsten Leicester. She pinned Ned, now she's been Ned. Does she really need an introduction? When you know she's been putting Clerical-Error-Productions under construction, writing and acting to give you such a grin. Ladies and gentlemen, Kate Duffy Sims. And